right now?
Yeah. I mean, just a loss in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I mean, it wasn't. We did compete. You know what I'm saying? We that's one thing I can't say anything about. Man, our guys are competing, playing hard. They tried to do a lot of the things that we talked about and discussed in film and in practice the last couple of days. But them damn turnovers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously Hawk had 8 of them, and Carlo had 7. So particularly Hawk, man, he got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. He knows that. But at the end of the day, this is good for him. He's getting a lot of reps with the ball in his hands, playmaking and all that. So this is just good reps for him. But he got to do a better job.
Well, we've talked about Hawk being in a different position, different role, playing with this team. What's kind of been the message to him as he's kind of figuring things out these last 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, when Hawk is the focal point of our team, obviously, from an offensive standpoint, and so the ball's going to find him. He don't have to force any shots, which I thought he did a much better job today. And he made some good plays. He did make some good plays, made some good reads. So he got to continue to grow in that area. But he did a good job today. But again, them turnovers, and they're costly. You know what I mean? I don't know how many we had in the fourth. I think 7 turnovers in the fourth or something like that. And I know he had a couple of them. So that's the area that he's going to have to continue to get better at.
You got Jordan Ford in there as a starter tonight. What did you think about the minutes he gave you, and what was the thought process of putting him in there?
Yeah, I mean, this is Summer League, so everybody's getting a chance to it ain't like a set starting lineup, but he was good. He was solid. He can make plays. You can see he can score the basketball. He can settle you a little bit. So he was good.
Somebody that looked like he settled in a lot in this game was Antonio Reeves, and just his effectiveness inside and kind of better decision making. What did you like about his game?
I love that. I mean, when you take what we watch in the film and we talk about in practice, and then you bring in and it translates to the game for you. You love to see that in a young player. Because game 1 he was forcing some things, trying to get to the rim, and we watched a ton of film on rim reads and pick and roll reads, and I thought he did a much better job today. But again, that was his first game last game. You know what I'm saying? This is just his second professional game, so you're going to expect it to be some ups and downs. But he responded well.
And Misi got up and down and one alley. So
that was beautiful.
Connection.
That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful to see, man. I thought he did some things well as well. I think I don't know if he got to get some rebounds for us though. I mean, yeah, he ain't get no defensive rebounds out there, but so he could do a better job of that. Part of that is defending big fella, whatever the case may be, keeping him off the glass. But nevertheless, though, man, you see his ability. I think he had a block shot on one end and a tip dunk on the other, right? Very similar to what Carlo did last game. So, which is plays you love to see. The big thing about them all, they trying, they competing, they doing what we ask. And as a young players, man, that's how you get better.
What does having Misi and Carlo playing together provide for you guys?
Well, we want to get a look at it. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get a look at them, get them both. Get their minutes together, you know what I'm saying? Now, it wasn't necessarily as successful, but, get a look at it. Again, it's Summer League, so you get a chance to look at some things.
The news about Carlo's deal came out right before the game. What have you kind of seen just as far as his growth over the past year or so?
I mean, he can play, right? He can play, man. He coming from Europe, obviously being able to make reads, IQ, feel, but he plays hard. He competes, so happy for him, man, so, yeah.
As this season progresses, how does Carlo add value for the Pelicans? Like, what are some of the things he needs to do to just, be a solid contributor this year?
Yeah, I mean, first you got to continue to get better. Come in with the eagerness to learn, grow, and get better. He provides some physicality, athleticism at that position. And like I say, he has the ability to make good reads out of it. The more he's around, the more he's playing with the guys, he'll get more and more comfortable, playing with the main squad.
Coach, looking at just teaching moments from this game, communication on the court led to turnovers, and then there was a big difference in the Magic all being up, energized, and the bench on the Pelicans not being so much. How much do you think just the communication could help in the fourth quarter, lacking turnovers, keeping the game?
Oh, that's huge. That's huge. That's a good point. I'm gonna go back and check that, man. The energy of the bench. So you said it was a big difference, huh? Okay, yeah. That's good to go check and check out. I thought our bench had been really well, the last game, and so it's very important. But nevertheless, though, whether the bench is standing up or not, turning the ball over ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to do a better job of taking care of the ball regardless.
When you talk about the step that Antonio made from the game the other day till today, how much do you like the fact that he scored? He's pretty versatile, it seems like, as a scorer. You know, like
Yeah.
he didn't make jumpers today, but he scored in like so many other different ways.
Yeah. He has the ability to be a playmaker. You know, and so you can appreciate that, right? He's not just a one-dimensional player. He likes to attack the basket, you know, and trying to get to the paint. You know, I would imagine playing at Kentucky for Cal, you know, that dribble drive offense, he's trying to get to that paint and touch it, which is big. You want to touch the paint. But then once you get to that paint, make the right decisions. Again, I thought he did a much better job. And we did as a whole team, did a much better job of touching the paint and seeing kickouts.